everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Rich GLOMB, managing partner of Merri-Bowl Lanes. On behalf of my entire staff, we are pleased to host this year's Bowling Showcase Merri-Bowl region. At this time, we'll turn it over to Mark Martin and the Metro Detroit USBC. Take it away, Mark.
Welcome everyone to Merri-Bowl in Livonia for the exciting opening rounds of the Bowling Showcase Challenge in the Merri-Bowl region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I want to thank you for joining me in this very exciting series of matches. If you've been watching all season, and I know you have, then you know we've done something a little different with the challenge this year. Now we still have 16 teams representing various bowling centers from around the Metro Detroit area, but this year these teams are divided into two regions. These regions are named for the host centers for this year's challenge, Super Bowl in Canton, and right here at Merri-Bowl in Livonia. And we already know that Sterling Lanes emerged as the winner of the Super Bowl region, and they're eagerly awaiting their opponent. Now who will that be? We'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at the 8 Merri-Bowl region teams. These teams will go head-to-head in a Baker format single game elimination. So we start with 8 teams in the region, then 4, and then finally the winner of the last regional match will earn the right to represent Merri-Bowl in the final season-ending championship match against Sterling Lanes. 16 teams, 2 regions, 1 Bowling Showcase champion. Let's take a look at today's matchup. This week's matchup is an epic battle between Team Ansara and Team Lady Liberty. Team Ansara, anchored by their sponsor Lou Ansara, and filled out with bowling all-stars. Lady Liberty, their sponsor Billy Parent, is made up of bowling buddies just out to have a good time. Both of these teams have been here before and know what it takes to make it to the end. Should be an epic battle. So there you have it. Helping me call the action is Hall of Fame bowler Sandy SCHULTZ. I'm going to move into position lane side, get a little bit better view of the action, but we'll be right back with the start of the match after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
Professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The Bowling Centers Association of Michigan is a nonprofit trade organization that protects, promotes, and advances the interest of its members and member centers. It is the only association in Michigan affiliated with the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. Benefits include group purchasing programs, tournaments, annual convention and trade show, education seminars, and legislative representation. Interested in becoming a member? Contact Bo Gergen at 989-600-0992 or visit mibowl.com. Okay, welcome to Bowling Showcase, the Merri-Bowl region. With me today is Sandy SCHULTZ, Hall of Fame bowler. Welcome, Sandy.
Hi, Mark. Glad to be here.
You know, we got a great match set up here, the Ansara team and the Lady Liberty team. Both of them have been here before. It looks like a mismatch on paper, but we just never know.
That's right. You never know. Anybody can win one game. That's always been my philosophy.
That's right. It's only one game. And,
one game.
You know, they're going to be getting up here in a second. Ansara is going to lead off the match, and Lady Liberty will be second. So getting up on the left-hand lane is Rod Radin, the leadoff man for the Ansara team. Rod lives in Ypsilanti. Been bowling for 34 years. Big, strong guy.
A long time.
He is a member of the Ann Arbor Hall of Fame. Ball's out. Up to 2-8.
Got that sleeper in the back.
Yeah, so what would you do, Sandy, to cover this?
If he's going to use his strike ball, which hooks, he needs to move just a little bit to the right. If he moves too much, the ball will go left and he'll miss the back pin. So he has to move just maybe 2 or 3 boards to the right and try to hit it straight on.
Kind of hook it right into it,
Yep,
right?
Try to hook it right into it. That's right.
Looks like he's got his strike ball in his hand.
Yes.
Up there, good
Just
cover.
like that,
good
great
cover.
Good start for that team.
Okay, leading off for the Lady Liberty team. She's been here before. Lori Shehevitz. Lives in Commerce Township. A lot of these bowlers from the Lady Liberty team bowl at 300 Bowl in Waterford. Just won the MD USBC 500 Club a couple times.
Nice follow through. Good shot. A little bit light.
A little bit light, left at 245.
So both shots so far have been a little bit light, meaning that they just quite didn't get enough of the head pin. She's kind of got the same type of shot that the other team had. She needs to move a little bit to the right, avoid chopping the spare, which means leaving the 5-pin stand by itself. Oh, good cover. Almost chopped it. Good job. Great start.
Okay, second bowler for the Ansara team, Trey Raines. Trey bowled his first 300 game at the age of 14.
Nice mixer. Great shot.
You bet.
Mix those pins up. Give that a little bit of action.
Okay, up for the Lady Liberty team is Bob Vanini. Bob lives in Rochester Hills. He's a material planner. Been bowling for 47 years. Nickname One Ball Bob. Let's see if he can throw one ball. And
Pointing to the left, hoping to get that Brooklyn.
just
All
kind of crossed over a little bit.
5-8. That should just be a pocket shot for him.
With this series so far, that Super Bowl region was really good. It
oh, there's that chop. That's unfortunate.
Okay, so the Ansara team has taken a 13-pin lead. Next up for them is Michelle Berryman. Michelle lives in Milford. Been bowling for over 40 years, a high average of 227. Nice delivery.
Oh, she left the 10-pin. Pretty good shot, though.
That pesky 10-pin.
That pesky, that's what we call it. That's right. She's going to go cross lane with a ball that does not hook. Go straight at it. Good job.
Good
Great
cover.
spare.
Next up, hello, George Brzezinski, Vice President of the Metro Detroit USBC. High average of 212, shot a 300 game back in 2004.
Oh, he got a little lucky break. He only left the 7-pin.
He did.
Yep.
Got a little nosy on that one.
Yeah, he hit the nose a little bit too high. He'll move to the right, go cross lane, make the spare.
Right across here for George.
Good job.
Cover, good cover.
Great job.
Spares are so important in this competition.
Yep, so far we have all clean. Oh, the chop. I forgot about the chop. Yeah. Should have been clean.
Darren Flory's up next, a high series of 890.
Wow.
High average of 240, lives in Redford, been bowling since the age of 3.
So he is very experienced.
Won the Michigan State doubles a couple years ago.
4-pin, a little bit high. Good shot. Get a little bit much of the head pin.
Looks like he didn't throw his strike ball at that 4 pin, so he'll be going kind of cross lane at it.
Let it hook right into it.
Good cover. Okay, Don Kraus, brand new to this competition, has not bowled with the Lady Liberty team before. And neither is the anchor person, the anchor man, Brian Bressler. But, you know, Don, let's see how he does. You know, that first time on television might be a little bit.
It could make him very nervous.
He just recently shot his very first career 700.
Looks like a good shot. Oh, he left a 7 pin. A lot of 1-pin spares going so far in this game.
It's a good shot, though.
Yep, 10 pin, 4 pin, 7 pin. We've just about seen it all.
Yep.
Looks like he's getting out a spare ball, go straight at it across the lane.
Well, Sandy, we haven't seen it all. We haven't seen any of those spares that we have names for.
Yeah, the harder ones.
That's right.
That's a good thing.
It is.
Good job.
Okay, now coming to the foundation 5th frame. I call it the foundation 5th. It should be the
Kind of like setting up the 10th, only
That's
we're
right.
setting up the 5th.
Setting up the
yeah.
second half. Ken Wyatt, 70 career 300 games, high average of 239, and a high series of 874. One of 67 800 series in his career.
Yeah, he's got a lot of accolades to his background. Very strong bowler. And there you go, just like that.
Big strike there.
That's his experience, I guess, showing, right?
That's right. The Ansara team's got 79 through 4, strike up in the 5th. So Brian Bressler, who's a coach at Madonna, bowling coach at Madonna College, lives in Ortonville. He's a millwright for Ford. Been bowling for over 30 years. Well, that one kind of got
I
off.
heard someone say he pulled it to the left. He left the easy spare, though, the 1-3. Maybe he was a little bit nervous.
Kind of came off his hand really quick.
Yeah.
So he needs to cover this up. When he covers it up, they'll only be 15 pins down.
Close game.
It is. So now if he just throws a strike ball,
Yep, he'll
no
make
spare,
the spare
no
with the strike
problem.
ball. That's correct.
and there it is.
All right, we got a really close match here.
All right, got a close match at the 5th frame. Teams are going to switch sides, but we're going to go to a commercial break in a second. But right now, the Ansara team has a 15-pin lead, working on a strike. The Lady Liberty team's got a spare. So what do you see so far, Sandy?
I think both teams are trying to just maintain their marks. The chop by the Lady Liberty team was a little bit unfortunate. It's anybody's game. Nobody's running away with it, so it's any team can win still.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens when we come back right after these messages.
The Michigan State USBC Bowling Association provides tournament competition to all levels of bowlers. Competition includes the Michigan State Open Championships at Fairlanes in Granville and Westgate in Comstock Park. The State Masters and Senior Masters will be at Astro Lanes in Madison Heights. Visit mistatebowl.com for entries for these tournaments and more information. The Michigan State USBC Women's Bowling Association provides recognition and tournament competition to all levels of women bowlers. Competition includes the Women's State Tournament this year in Waterford, the State Queens in Mount Pleasant, and the Midwest Women's Tournament in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Recognition includes first-time 300 game and first-time 6, 7, and 800 series. Visit MichiganWBA.com for entries for these tournaments and more information on women's bowling.
Okay, here we are back for the second half of this match between Ansara and Lady Liberty. Ansara 15-pin lead. Teams have switched sides. What do you see so far, Sandy?
I think they're just getting the nerves worked out a little bit. They're very experienced players, and they're going to start throwing those strikes, and we're going to see some high scores in the back half of this game.
Well, we certainly hope so, because, you know, strikes, everybody loves to see strikes.
Wants the strikes, but you see they're maintaining their spares, and that's why it's such a close game so far. So
that's right. This
spares matter.
Great match. So Lady Liberty now is on the left-hand side. Lori Shehevitz is going to lead off. Back in the first frame, Lori came up a little bit light, left the 2-4-5, but covered it. Lori's an engineer.
Looks like she went Brooklyn. Oh, she tried to go Brooklyn.
Oh, she left the 5-pin. I see some fingers up in the crowd.
I think that means if she misses it, she has to buy everybody a drink, a cocktail.
That's right. A little early in the morning, but you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just never know. You just throw your strike ball here, right?
That's correct.
Easy peasy.
Just like that. She thought it was too early for cocktails as well.
Apparently. She put them in their place, those people that had their finger up. Rod Radin, leadoff bowler for the Ansara team, back in the first frame. Came up a little light also, left that 2-8, but covered it.
Let's see if he makes a small move to the right to try and get the ball to hook just a little bit more.
No, the challenge always is in this competition is the adjustment. And normally you can make an adjustment on the same lane, but then when you go to the other lane,
that's right.
There's a double adjustment.
That's right. Hit it. Oh, he almost got that messenger. That was a better shot.
It was.
He probably did make an adjustment, I would think. But you're right. They're only getting one. Besides the practice that they had earlier, they're only getting one frame on each lane.
Right.
So.
Right. So he left that 2-8 back in the first, and you want to make an adjustment to it, but the other lane could be a little bit different.
It could be hooking more. It could be hooking less. We've seen that in the past shows.
And that's really been one of the challenges for the bowlers. Great for the competition, though. He's got his spare ball in his hand.
Uh-oh.
Well, that tightens up the match a little bit.
Does.
Now Ansara's only got a 4-pin lead. And next up for the Lady Liberty team is Bob Vanini. Bob has a chance to gain a bit of revenge now.
That's correct. If he throws a good shot, gets a strike, his team forget that double.
That's right. A little bit wide.
Yep, he left a
1-3-6-9.
He's got a sleeper. He's got to make sure he gets that back pin. He'll move his feet a little bit to the left. He's a left-hander, so he has to move in the opposite direction as the right-hander to make a spare like that. He'll move his feet a little bit to the left, just try and let it hook right into it, get that back pin, and get off 4. Looks like that's exactly what he's doing. There you go.
Cover.
Good job.
Good
Yep.
cover.
You gotta get that back pin. Those sleepers are sometimes a challenge.
They sure are. Trey Raines back in the second frame threw a strike. And the Ansara team could really use it now. They've got an 8-pin lead, but a strike right here would help them out immensely. Trey's high average 234. He's a school bus driver.
That was a
solid
good shot.
10 pin.
Solid 10. Yeah, the corner pins don't want to fall today, but they have to make those spares. That's what's keeping them in the lead right now.
But Trey's going to use his same ball, just going to kill it, looks like.
He'll probably flatten out his wrist, try and help it just go a little bit straighter. There you go.
Perfect cover. Perfect cover.
There's a couple of ways to make those corner pins. Most people do throw a plastic ball, a ball that doesn't hook. Some choose to do what he did and just flatten it out, let it go straight at it.
Hey, George Brzezinski up. Lives in Warren, retired from the IRS. This is that time of year for taxes, you know.
That's right. Good shot,
Good
George.
ball for George.
Good shot. Way to get that team riled up.
Get a little excitement in the crowd. Come on.
He's happy.
Michelle Berriman, again, lives in Milford. 5 300 games, 5 800 series with a high average of 227. She owns a horse farm.
Good for her. Oh! Oh, that was a really good shot.
Boy, the messenger just didn't do its job.
It did not.
Kind of laid down right in front of the 7-pin.
She should have carried that. That was a really good shot. Sometimes there's no mercy in this game.
That's true.
You work to try and throw the best shot you can throw and just hope they all fall down. It doesn't always work that way. She covered the spare.
Good cover.
Good job.
Good cover. Okay, we got the 2 rookies coming up for Lady Liberty. Don Kraus up next, left-handed bowler back in the 4th frame. Left that 7-pin, but covered it. So a little adjustment here. Maybe
tighten up this game
this
if he
would
throws
tighten it
the
up.
strike. Yep.
Strike here would put Lady Liberty in the lead.
Came a little high.
Up
He
to
doesn't look very
6'10".
happy with it.
Looks like he might have got a little bit slow on
Yeah,
that
a little
one.
bit of, I think it's the pressure. You know, you said it was his first time out here.
Yes.
He needs to just make the spare.
Don lives in Waterford. He's retired. Been bowling for 25 years.
Okay, that was close.
It was.
Shaking his head.
Hey, the 4th bowler for the Ansara team, Darren Flores.
This is really what we call the foundation frame.
This is the
The
foundation.
9th frame,
You're
hoping to
absolutely right.
set up that strike so that the anchor bowler has something to work with, especially in a match that's so close.
Darren left a 4-pin back in the 4th frame, but easily covered it.
What a powerful shot. Look
strike
at him
there.
having fun out there. He did his job, is the way he looks at
That's
it.
right, exactly.
How fun.
Okay, 10th frame. Here it is, all the marbles. Brian Bressler coming up for the Lady Liberty team. If he strikes out here, or a double and 8 anyway, would force Ansara to get that first strike.
Yeah, he needs to get
So
try and
it's
get
one
a
ball,
double.
one ball at a time by Brian Bressler.
Yep, looks, oh, that, I thought that looked like a great shot.
It was.
Good job.
That 7-pin
There
was
you
just a
go.
little bit slow going down, but it went down.
It did. Like you said, one ball at a time. You can't think too far ahead. If you
That's
think
right.
too far ahead, you're losing focus on not the right now. One
This
shot at a
is
time.
a big shot right
This
here
is a
because
big
this will
shot.
force this, and a good count on the fill ball will force the Ansara team to strike in a 10th to win.
Oh, he left a 4-pin. That was a good shot. A little bit high,
4-pin.
maybe.
It was good shot though. You're right.
So he'll go cross lane and make the spare, most likely, unless he's
Lady
gonna-
Liberty team has afforded themselves pretty well. A spare here will give them 179.
All right, he did what he
All right,
could.
spare,
Good
179
finish. It was
for
a
the
good
Lady
finish.
Liberty
It could-
team. All right, Ken Wyatt, just got to get a mark. That's all he's got to do. Sometimes that's not always the easiest thing
That's
to
true.
do.
But Ken is very experienced. There's that 4-pin again.
He's got to cover this 4-pin and a few pins, and he'll win the match. They'll win the
Yeah,
match
he's
for
gotta-
Ansara.
Yep, stay behind the foul line.
Neither team had a double in this match.
No, and they, you know, they hit the pocket so often. It seemed like it was either a 4-pin or a 10-pin on every shot. All right, now he's going to line back up for a strike. He still needs count to win this game.
He needs 4 pins. 4 pins to win this. Each team had an open frame, so really it came down to pin count.
It did.
Pin count on those spares.
Looks like he's got it. Oh, a 5-pin. There you go.
A little bit slow, but it went down.
Yeah,
That 5-pin was the last one to go down.
Great game.
The Ansara team wins the match, 186 to 179. Good, solid match.
Good, solid match. It was like they did the same thing throughout the whole game. A lot of 9-pin counts, maintained most of their spares. I think each team only missed one spare.
Each team had an open frame.
So it was very close.
And for the Lady Liberty team, it really came down to pin count.
It did.
You know, they had an 8 count on a spare a couple times. They had a 6 count on a spare. Those kind of things will get you.
When people can't throw doubles, you got to try and get the count. That's correct.
That's right. So we'll be back right after this commercial break with Jessica Tyler conducting an interview with the winning team, Ansara, as they move into the semifinal round of the Merri-Bowl region.
Hello, we are here with Mr. Ken Wyatt and Team Ansara, who just defeated Lady Liberty 186 to 179. Congratulations, Ken.
Thank you.
The strike in the 9th frame really kind of sealed the deal. What were your thoughts going into the 10th frame?
I was hoping they wouldn't throw a double in the 10th, so I wouldn't have to need that first strike, because obviously the carry wasn't that great on this pair.
Absolutely. You guys did a good job. Toughed it out and took the win. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
Okay, so Ansara's punched your ticket for the semifinals of the Merri-Bowl region.
They did.
Okay, and next week we'll have AMF Rose Bowl and Century Bowl squaring off, and then Ansara team will bowl the winner of that one in the semifinal round.
It'll be a good match.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Bowling Showcase.